Hey everyone, welcome to Faceless Love Stories. I'm so excited to have you here. If you're into amazing stories that are filled with fun, drama, and a whole lot of twists, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that like button, share this video with friends who love a good story, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on the latest episodes. Now, let's dive right into today's story. Hope you enjoy it. Chapter 2. The Encounter. Emma was about to find another dance partner or return to her friends at their table when a man who looked like the manager approached her and politely greeted her. He informed her that someone wished to meet her. She frowned but nodded in agreement. "This way, please," he said, ushering Emma toward a private booth in the corner. She wasn't scared. She wasn't drunk yet. They had only just started drinking, and the dancing had left her feeling alert and clear-headed. "Can you tell me who's looking for me?" she asked, stopping. "And why do I have to go to him instead of him coming to me?" She had no intention of moving another step until she got some answers. "He's actually the owner of the club. I don't know why, but don't worry. He's a decent man," he assured her. "And if you refuse, I might lose my job, so please." Sincerity was evident in his face and gestures, and Emma decided to trust him. Besides, no one dared mess with her. As the prosecutor's daughter, she was confident her family would ensure she wasn't wronged. Okay, lead the way." She motioned him forward. They walked up the stairs, down a hallway, and arrived at the last booth. He knocked, and a faint voice responded, "Come in." He held the door open for Emma to step inside, then gently closed it behind her. "What am I here for?" Emma asked, noticing a man standing with his back to her, facing a large window overlooking the dance floor. From where she stood, she could see her spot on the floor where she'd been dancing with Tyler. The man turned slowly, revealing his tall, muscular frame. He looked over 6 feet, with broad shoulders, a narrow waist, and a perfectly tailored suit that emphasized his physique. "Do you like what you see, baby girl?" he asked, sipping his drink as he caught her checking him out. Emma raised an eyebrow, mildly startled by his sudden words and the seductive tone of his voice. "It depends on who's asking," she replied, her sassy nature kicking in as she resisted showing any reaction to his effect on her. "My apologies," he said, extending his hand as he stepped closer. "My name is Ethan Black." Emma accepted his hand, maintaining her cool. "Emma," she replied, offering only her first name. Knowing his name wasn't enough to trust him fully. "Emma." He seemed to savor her name, then smirked as he held her hand, pulling her firmly into an embrace. "Your name suits you perfectly, sexy," he murmured, his eyes scanning her face, full of unabashed desire. She tried to pull herself from his hold, but he held her tighter, prompting her to snap, "Let me go." "Well, you gave me a reason to keep you here," he replied, as though she owed him for causing his obvious attraction. "If I had to deal with everyone I've affected that way, I wouldn't survive the night, mister," she shot back. She found him almost insane for blaming her for something he could control. Ethan's expression hardened at her words, showing clear disapproval at even the idea of her dealing with anyone else. He held her tighter, lifted her chin, and kissed her. What the—" Emma's protest was cut short as his lips claimed hers. His kiss was bold and intense, exploring her mouth with a fervor that left her breathless. Emma's initial resistance melted, and she found herself clutching his shoulders as they shared a deep, passionate kiss. She had kissed men before, but his was unlike anything she'd experienced, igniting a fire within her. Her knees weakened, and she was grateful for his firm hold, which kept her from collapsing. When she finally needed air, she tapped on him to let her go. Ethan released her lips but scooped her up in his arms, carrying her to the couch. He sat down with her on his lap. "That was intense," she admitted, never one to shy away from honesty. Ethan wrapped one arm around her shoulders, while his other hand gently traced her face, sending shivers down her spine. "I can do better than that, baby girl," he whispered, his voice deep and husky with desire. Emma could feel the hard bulge beneath her, and she couldn't help but notice how substantial it felt. "Yeah, I can tell you're big," she murmured, glancing down. "I don't think I can manage that." Her candid words seemed to turn him on even more. She didn't realize how much her transparency excited him, but it only intensified his desire. He couldn't imagine letting her go now. He hadn't been this captivated by someone in a long time. She was different, and just her presence drove him wild, as if he'd been hit with a surge of pure, raw attraction.